Our squad for the preseason tour of Asia has been announced. Now, a couple of surprises in the squad, a couple of players missing out from the squad as well, including a couple of players that we expected to be there or we wanted to be there in terms of new signings. So after this, we'll talk about Gyökeres and Mosquera, who we'd have expected to be on this plane. So we'll talk about the latest on them. Are they going to join up with the team next week? We will find out. So let's get through this. So this is what the squad looks like. In terms of the goalkeeper, we're going to go with Raya, Kepa, Setford, and Rogers. So I mean, there's a chance all four of them might play, but I would expect at least two of them to play. Personally, I'd like to see Raya starting one of the games. I'd like to see Kepa starting one of the games, and I'd actually also like to see Setford starting one of the games. Maybe even the one against AC Milan, you start with Setford, and then the other two against the Premier League teams, you give Raya and Kepa an opportunity in those ones, because you still have another two preseason games over the Emirates Stadium after this tour, because I'd like to see Setford. We haven't really seen Setford in action really for the first team. But in terms of the goalkeepers, as expected, the four that are traveling, one is missing from there, Karl Hein. Karl Hein is at Arsenal right now, but he's not traveling. He currently has an injury, and we do expect to sell him. He's been linked to a couple of teams, so let's see how that one goes with Karl Hein. Defensively, we've gone with Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel, Timber, Kivio, Zinchenko, Calafiori, Lewis Kelly, Nichols, and Salmon. So first of all, it is really, really good to have Gabriel and Timber back from their injuries. They both underwent surgery at different points of last season. Ben White as well also underwent surgery, and Saliba missed the end of the season with an injury. So from that squad there, like at least four of them were injured. So Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel, Timber, no surprises there. Kivio as well. Maybe expected him to go for the tour, yes, but will he be part of the Arsenal team when the season gets started? I hope so, because for me, unless you're paying 50 million plus for Kivio, I'm very, very happy to keep him. Very, very good defender, capable of playing different positions, international defender, starting games for Poland. Absolutely no need of selling him. Zinchenko is an interesting one. I feel like if Zinchenko is going to leave Arsenal, it's going to be very late in the transfer window, kind of like the way Ramsdale left with like a week to go, maybe. But for the preseason tour, Zinchenko will definitely play a couple of games. Maybe we'll see him going into midfield for a couple of games as well. Calafiori hopefully does have an injury-free season. Last season we really missed him with those injuries. And then Lewis Kelly, fresh off a new contract, hopefully has a big season ahead, big preseason fast. And then Josh Nichols, who's also been linked to the move away, is part of the squad. We've been told that we might get Ez and send Josh Nichols there. Arsenal are trying to do that. Let's see how that one develops. And then we've picked another youngster called Salmon. So defensively there, I think we're good heading over there. But as you can see, Mosquera is not part of that. We'll talk about Mosquera later on in the video. Midfielders, who are the midfielders traveling over to Asia? Odegaard is there, Merino, Lokonga, Zubimendi, Rice, and Copley. So Odegaard, no surprise. Nørgaard, obviously no surprise as well. Great to see both the two new signings there, Nørgaard and Zubimendi. Cannot wait to see in action for Arsenal for the first time. I cannot wait to see Zubimendi in control of that midfield, and also Nørgaard. Really, I'm interested to see how he fits into our team. So no surprises there with Odegaard as well. Merino, as expected, obviously would be there. Declan Rice. Declan Rice did not go to Spain with the rest of the team, so it's great to see him here. It's kind of it would be a surprise because it was a surprise that he didn't go to Spain. But it's actually a big deal that he's going for the Asian tour, because he had missed the previous tour, and people are like, "Who is he injured? Is he going to miss preseason?" But no, he's traveling to Asia. Great to have him there. One of our best players. So great to see him there. Now the surprise there is Lokonga, but Sambi Lokonga is actually traveling now. How often is he going to feature? We just going with him because he's has a contract at Arsenal and not really looking to use him at all, or really actually use him for one or two of those games. Interesting to see. I mean, I don't think he's going to feature a lot. I think he's going to be coming off the bench, maybe in one of those games or something, or maybe two of those games. I think we'll see a lot of Zubimendi, Rice, Nørgaard in that preseason draw with Merino as well. And then we've picked Copley, a youngster. So I haven't really heard of him before. Let's see if he's going to get any game time over there. Now, forward players. If you look at that forward line, you wouldn't want that to be the only forward players we have at the beginning of the season, obviously. Saka is there. Hopefully has an injury-free season. Martinelli and Trossard are both there. We're still waiting to hear about their futures. At the moment, I still think there's a big chance both of them stay. but there's like a 30-40% chance one of them is going to leave. But let's wait and see. As of now, let's hope they have a big preseason, both of them. Interested to see whether we're going to see just both of them on the left side. Are we going to see Trossard up front in one of those games since Gyökeres hasn't joined yet? And are we going to see Trossard or Martinelli on the right side since Madueke hasn't is not going to be part of this tour as well? We could see all of that. Nwaneri, fresh of a new contract as well. Great to see him. Hopefully gets more minutes in preseason. Nelson is there, another surprise, just like Lokonga. Reece Nelson has traveled. He's been linked to the move away several times this transfer window already. How often are we going to see him? Are they going to leave as the tour on like in between the two? Are they going to leave to go join another team? Let's see. Kai Havertz is there, no surprises. Max Daumann, great to see him, no surprises. Kabia, another of our youngsters that we usually see on the bench, great to see him. Hopefully we get to see at least one of the games him featuring. And then Harriman as well. So a couple of new youngsters there. In terms of all the youngsters, this is who are traveling. Tommy Setford, Rogers, both goalkeepers, Josh Nichols and Salmon defenders, Copley midfield, and then Kabia, Daumann, and Harriman in the forward position. So hopefully we have two 15-year-olds in the team. So well done to them. Being on a preseason tour with Arsenal as a 15-year-old is it must be crazy. So that is the full squad traveling to Asia. That is definitely not the complete squad. We would have wanted to have at least, the one forward in the team. Some people would say even two forwards because we wanted like a total of 3 forwards at the end of the transfer window. But at the moment, we'll still see the same forward line that we've been seeing over the last 2-3 years. So nothing changes there unless one of the new players or both of them, Gyökeres especially, gets to join us before the AC Milan game or after the AC Milan game. Let's see. So I wouldn't expect any of the players who are not on this plane to play against AC Milan. Now, let's go to why and where Gyökeres and Mosquera are. So according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal now close to a full agreement with Sporting for Victor Gyökeres. Hope is for a breakthrough over the weekend with a small portion of the add-on still under discussion, and Gyökeres waiting for permission to undergo a medical. 63.5 million euros plus 10 million, package broadly agreed and only small details left. So we were told, there's even another post saying that I'm kind of disappointed that he's not going to get the striker before the preseason plane departs. There's still a chance he might be there before we actually play the game against AC Milan, but as of now, obviously don't expect Gyökeres to join us on Monday and play on Wednesday. There has to be training and all that, so we are definitely not going to miss him for a few preseason games. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the striker that we wanted. We are still going to see Havertz up front, Merino up front for a couple of preseason games. Now, I think Arsenal are trying to get it done before preseason, but Sporting became a bit hard to, deal with in terms of the add-ons, and it has taken a whole extra week. We got the news of Arsenal are pushing now for Gyökeres 2 weeks ago on a Sunday, and then this last Sunday we had that the deal had been agreed from David Austin. Let's see if you're going to get more news this coming Sunday again. So we've gotten news 2 back-to-back Sundays in a row. Let's see if it's going to be the same this weekend. But yeah, as I said, for me, I wanted a player like Gyökeres to be there before preseason starts, part of the preseason trading. So let's see. We still have 2-3 days before that game against AC Milan, which I don't expect him to feature anyway. But yeah, it's definitely taking a long time, and you're losing out on the preseason training. Instead of like 6 weeks now, we're going to have like 4 weeks or something for them to train, and it's not even joined yet. What about Mosquera? I thought Mosquera would definitely be on this plane heading to Asia, but he is not. So according to Ryan Taylor Sport, Christian Mosquera's absence in Arsenal's preseason tour is because the Gunners are still waiting for the deal to be formally ratified. After exchanging all relevant paperwork, the player could travel to the tour at a later date. So there was even leaked photos of him doing the usual interview after signing, but apparently not everything has been signed yet. There was also another update in terms of the medical, but again, he'll join up later. Hopefully, it's part of that preseason tour. At least I probably expect him to miss that game against AC Milan. Anyone who's not on the plane right now is not going to make that AC Milan squad on Wednesday. So the earliest we're going to get Mosquera and Gyökeres in the team sheet is next weekend against Newcastle. So let's let's wait and see how quickly we'll finalize the Mosquera. So each one of them will travel separately heading into Asia. So let's see. Defensively, I think we're okay, but it would be great to have Mosquera as part of that. The forward line is where I'm like, it's just the same as from what it was last season, because Madueke is not there, is not going to be part of this tour, and the other forward players we're trying to get, none of them has been signed yet officially. And of Arsenal also said this: there's a delay in Christian Mosquera's paperwork. The details won't be discussed, and this boundary should be respected. There's still time for him to make the expected 5 to 6 p.m. Asian tour flight. So he didn't make it. Obviously, this was 6 hours ago from hand of Arsenal. If there's an announcement, he will tell us. So we might still get an announcement today, later on tonight or tomorrow. But obviously they've missed out on traveling, both of them, and that they've not been included on the squad list. So they're going to be added later on, hopefully. So unfortunately, they're going to miss the game against AC Milan. That's not great at all. I would have wanted to be more quicker, but let's see how it's going to go. So far, new signings. You're going to see Kepa there, Nogard, and Zubimendi. So just the 3 new signings. I don't even know how often you're going to see Kepa, if it's going to be Raya playing 2 of those games. I think you're going to definitely see Kepa in one of those games. Looking forward to seeing Zubimendi and also Nogard in that midfield. Great to have Declan Rice back. Great to have Gabriel back. Great to have Timber back. Hopefully Calafia has an injury-free season with Saka as well. Hopefully get to see the best of Odegaard this pre-season heading into next season. And yeah, there's also obviously other players missing out, the players who are injured, players like Gabriel Jesus. But yeah, let's hope we do get these signings through the door as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next.